Liverpool versus everybody. Just back for kind of like a review and kind of just some final thoughts on yesterday. The day after a game like that, a result like that is it's always kind of better to with a clearer mind. Still disappointed, but with a clearer mind to actually talk about some issues or some concerns and just kind of review the game in general. And there's no point in repeating how hurtful it was to witness that from the opening kick to the end. What I will say is that, and I read recently that Dejan Lovren has taken Liverpool from his bio on Instagram, removed his picture and disabled the comments. Listen, you got to be a big boy. Things happen in sports, and you got to be able to face the music. You're not going to take comments down or take Liverpool off your name or move your photo if you have a really, really great game or the team wins. But you kind of run away from that when we lose and you get subbed off. To me, that says that he isn't up for the fight. If I was to have a poor performance like that in the first half and get subbed off, that'd be the most embarrassing thing ever for me as an athlete. I don't care because Klopp can say what he wants about, oh, it could have been any other player and we had to change something. He was no better than Joel Matip. That's probably true. He was no worse than Joel Matip. That's probably true. But let's be real. You could have took a lot of people off, yes, and Henderson alluded to this as well. But if you're gonna take somebody off, it was Lovren, obviously Lovren. You can't sub the whole team, so you had to pick one. You picked Lovren for a reason. It wasn't just because, I put a name in a hat mentally and just picked out Lovren. You picked him out because he was playing like shit, to be honest. So I'm not happy with Lovren's response with the whole social media thing. I think it's childish, and again, he's not up for the fight. If that happened to me, I'd be embarrassed, and I'd be doing everything I can to right that wrong. Not deleting the team that I play for, the club that I play for, from my bio, taking my picture off and disabling comments. It's weak, it's pathetic, and it's sad. And hopefully, I don't know if it's bringing in players from the youth team or what, but I hope that was his last game playing. Unless we get some serious injury. I'm not a big fan of Klopp. I don't think he's anywhere near a higher level or an upgrade to Lovren, but I'd play him for now. Or put Gomez there or something. But Lovren shouldn't be wearing a Liverpool shirt ever again, in my opinion. And it's about the performance, about his string of performances for quite a while with Liverpool. It's also just the aftermath with this social media thing is ridiculous. So moving on, Carlo Ancelotti, of course, has been the name brought up a lot to succeed Klopp. After this game, I guess this is what's fascinating is that we see Coleman has lost his job, and I think we all kind of saw that coming. It's unfortunate. I think Coleman's a great manager, and spending all that money and coming from Southampton and doing so well there. I'm shocked. I'm sure that the fan base is shocked. The club in general, probably even Koeman, is just shocked that just the poor performances they've been getting. And meanwhile, while it's easy to laugh at them and see what they're doing, we got our own issues, and we need to be focused on that. But I guess people are saying, oh, Coleman left because of this. Maybe Klopp should leave and Ancelotti should come in. Allegedly Ancelotti has said to FSG, I guess he was up for the job when Klopp came in. He was straight up and said, we need a spine. And it looks like FSG hit him with one of those, we'll keep your name on file. We'll call you. We'll give you a call back. And Klopp comes in and says, oh no, these players are great. I'll work with them. And I think that shows that FSG is kind of just confident with being more of a business than anything else, and keeping that in check and literally and so that's a little worrying, a little troubling to say the least. At the same time, you commend Klopp because he felt like there was enough there that he could work with, and over some time bring in some of his own guys and maybe delete some of the guys or whatever. And obviously he's working towards that. Obviously, I think I'm definitely Klopp in. I don't see that at all. I don't see that he should be leaving or anything like that. His post-match remarks hit really deep, and the things that he was saying about I'd be out there in trainers and I wouldn't allow. And I agree that situation where I don't know if it's Harry Kane or somebody's in the corner. There's literally 3 red shirts around him. I mean, you got to get that ball. I don't get that. I don't get that. And it's got to be frustrating because Klopp's putting these guys in position. I'm sure he sees something in training. He sees something in all. He sees something in these guys that, I don't think he would feel them if he really thought. Now, again, watching the game, you would think if we see it, why can't Klopp see it? I agree with you on that. I don't know. Like, I don't think Klopp's a dummy. I really don't. I don't think he's stupid. And it's a betrayal to me. It's a betrayal. And again, it's not just Lovren. The whole squad, honestly, from the goalkeeper up. Salah, maybe you can say Ox did some things, but everybody else just was pure doo-doo. I mean, literally, that's the only way I can really look at it. Coutinho couldn't really get going. It was just an awful performance. And so, from what I can see, Klopp is pretty much saying nobody's position is final. No one's position is theirs anymore. After these string of performances and then the cherry on the top being that performance yesterday, nobody's spot is just given. He wants to see. I think he said, they got to show me who wants to fight, who wants to play. That's something that I think should have been the criteria in the beginning. Not after a loss like this. So it'd be interesting. We got a long week of practice and training. It'll be interesting to see what we look like against Huddersfield. Literally, as far as the lineup, and then just how we look, how we perform, how we bounce back from something like this. We see Henderson coming out and saying we got to be better, and Matt, we know that. We know you got to be better. Just be it, though. There's no point in sitting every game, post-match and all that saying we got to do better, we got to be better. Just do it. Just do it. You saying you got to be better is not rocket science. We all get that. Far better you got to be. And, he's another player, Henderson. He's got to go. I mean, to be your captain and the midfield is just, he's got to go. He's got to go. We need to fix this squad from top to bottom, honestly. There's only a few players at the end of the day that I can say, honestly, going with them forward, I feel good about them and this team and being, major, parts of this team. Only a few. And that's bad. That's not good. We're stuck with history, and Liverpool has really history of being a great club, and all that's fine, but that doesn't do anything for us, And so we've obviously just got to change a lot of things, and maybe this is a rebuilding year. I unlike a lot of people, I'm still optimistic. I know we've got a lot of games to go, and it's a lot of games, and other teams will slip up at some point, and again we got to take advantage of that, but there'll be opportunities for us to get back up in the table and turn this around. It seems like it's been forever. It's a long time coming, and I feel like it's going to turn at some point. I don't know when that's going to be, but I got to believe that it will. So it's the second defeat of the season so far. The second really, really awful defeat. I think it's 16 goals, 12 goals, and collectively with the Watford City thrashing, and then this Tottenham. Unacceptable. So. Klopp was loud and clear, and he knows what it is, and I gotta believe he'll change it. So, try to enjoy the rest of your week, folks, and we'll be back with you at the weekend for Huddersfield. Till then. Yeah, I forgot to mention this too. There's so many things in the modern game that I really enjoy, but there's a whole lot that I don't. And one of them is the defenders putting their hands up when they think it's offsides. And that's what happened in the first goal. And we've done that before in other games. And players do it. Probably some of the better defenders do it. But if you're going to do it, you better be sure that the guy is offsides. But why do it at all? There's a person whose job it is to do that. We don't need. The moment you do this, you've slowed your pace down. And that once, this is football, man. Everything is fast. The moment you do that, a ball's over your head and there's a goal. I really hate that about the modern game. I've seen a lot of defenders do it. And that's something for me. You're sitting the next game, or I'm taking you off. Play your role. You get paid to play football and be a defender, not to do the job of the linesman. So I hope that gets nipped in the bud too. I hope that's something that Klopp hits home to the team. I don't want to see that anymore. I'm tired of seeing that. Play your game. It's almost like, don't look for the ref to help bail you out. Just play your game. Play your game. Yes, a ref will miss it. They might make it. They might. I don't know. Play your game. Do your job. I just wanted to say that again because I forgot to say it the first time. But that really, really, really irritates me about the game. I would be hard pressed, I think, to find that back in the day in football and seeing, old school defenders putting their hand up to say, hey, ref, come on, let the refs do their job, please. Please. That's it.